What's up, guys? It's your girl Hannah Marie, and today marks a very special day because it's my first episode that I'm dropping of my cooking YouTube series. No, my cooking series. On my cooking YouTube channel.
Yeah. Are you home already?
No, maybe. Anyway, I decided to start off with something sweet, because this is like bittersweet. Like, I'm showing you how to cook food, and not just any type of food. I'm talking about Peruvian food, American food, Mexican food, African American food, all types of food. So,
you can cook anything.
Yeah, I can literally cook anything, and anybody that eats my food will tell you I can cook. It doesn't matter what it is. I can cook. So I'm gonna help you because I know a lot of people don't know how to cook. Their parents didn't teach them, which is very tragic and very sad. My cameraman, he doesn't really know how to cook. That's why he has me, luckily. But I'm here to teach you the way, to show you how to get wifed up. Even though I don't have a ring on it yet, but
yeah,
we getting there.
Extra, man.
We getting there. We getting there. That's fine. So yeah, tonight we're gonna be cooking apple turnovers. It's an American dessert. If you don't know it, you're about to know it now. It's a flaky crust with apple filling on the inside with vanilla ice cream on top. So delicious. It's easy. It's a dessert. Let's get into it. Come on. Now these are all the ingredients and things you're gonna need. Puff pastry sheets. You can make these. Ooh. That was the oven. I preheated the oven to 400 degrees, so make sure you preheat your oven for this recipe. Anyway, puff pastry sheets, butter, brown sugar, 3 to 4 gala apples, vanilla, cinnamon, flour, sugar, and caramel. And of course the ice cream, but that's in the freezer. So let's get started. But first, gotta spark up. It's like a tradition. This is gonna be our tradition. To light up a joint or whatever you prefer and get right before you start cooking. But of course, this is only for medical uses because I have a condition. I have a condition that I need this. I have a medical card. It's completely legal here in Atlanta. Only with your medical card though. Let's get it. The first step is to wash your hands because how are you gonna be cooking food and you don't have clean hands? Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Nice and clean. Now it's time to wash the apples. You gotta wash your produce. Now it will be time to peel, cut, and core the apple. I'm gonna give you a little life lesson. Typically you would use your good old cutting board, plastic cutting board, but this is actually horrifically bad for you and has a lot of plastics and chemicals, and it could really harm you, so we're not gonna use this. So I'm just gonna peel the apples. Watch your fingers because you don't want to have any accidents. Now that they're peeled, we're gonna chop the head off and core them. So I'm gonna first start by doing that, then cut them down the middle, and then right here you see this is called the core. You want to cut this out. It's about an inch. Oops. Be careful because it's the hard piece in the apple. Should be like this. Now that I've done all of that, we're gonna have to cut these up into little squares. So probably about 1 inch squares. I'm just gonna go in like this, all throughout. And just cut them into little squares like this. You can even do it smaller than that. And I probably end up with, just depending on how much apples I have. Now that I have my apples chopped up, I'm going to get my butter and do 2 teaspoons of butter. It can be salted butter or unsalted. All I have is unsalted, so that's what we're gonna use. And it has it up here, right here. This is how much butter you need to put in your pan. Okay, sugar plum. We're gonna turn it on medium-ish heat. Medium. Let that melt, and we're gonna get our dry ingredients to actually put in this butter when it's melted. Got my measuring cup. So this calls for 1/4 cup of brown sugar. So that's what we're gonna do. Now I'm gonna add it to a plate to make it aesthetically pleasing. Now I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Add it in there and do 1 1/2 just for good measures. Okay, now when this butter melts fully, we're gonna add these 2 ingredients, and the reason why I added it on a plate is because I'm extra, and yeah, and I wanted to make sure these little bits, because if you know brown sugar, they always have these like hard things of sugar in them, and that's disgusting. So make sure you pick that out, please, because whoever you cook this for is not gonna like that. So just to help this butter melt a little bit faster, I'm just moving it in the pan. I don't really know if this works, but it works for me. So now that my butter is fully melted, I'm just gonna add in my apples. All of the apples. And then I'm also gonna add the brown sugar and cinnamon mixture over top, along with 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla extract or vanilla paste, whichever one you have. That in there, and also 1/4 tablespoons of salt. I'm just gonna like guesstimate and just say that's like 1/4, and you're just gonna mix this up and let it cook and thicken. Oops. I'm over here splishing and splashing this joint. Just make sure it's evenly distributed through the apples. And this should make about 6 of the apple turnovers, maybe, roughly. We'll see. So while that's cooking, I'm just going ahead and getting the egg wash. I forgot to mention that eggs is also another important ingredient in this recipe, because the egg wash makes the crust flaky on the outside. So it should start looking like this. Smells good. It smells like Christmas. So I said to get flour because sometimes these puff pastry sheets will like stick. I don't know if you can see, but like it's really sticky, and it's kind of hard to not make it stick to your counter or your surface, whatever you're using. So what you want to do is you want to get some flour and just sprinkle a little bit on the surface so it doesn't stick. And this is organic flour, so get hip or get left. I'm just gonna sprinkle that all on there, and then start unraveling your pastry sheet. It's got that little paper, so make sure you take it off. And I can hear my filling over here bubbling up. So it's getting ready. Should be done now. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. So what I'm going to do, because I don't want a lot, I'm gonna just cut these in half, but if you wanted to, you could cut it into twos like that. But me, I'm just gonna cut mine in half, straight down the middle. Straight down the middle. Straight down the middle. Straight down the middle. And now we're gonna do the fun part. We're gonna take this filling and put it in here. So I'm actually gonna get like a spoon. That way we can get some of those juices. Put it on in here. Like what in the world? Don't want to go in the spoon. Now you don't want to overfill it because then it'll be like spilling out. You don't want that. So this is the important part. First you want to fold in the middle. Fold in the middle. Take these sides and let them all meet in the middle. And boom. You got your apple turnover. Now, it may be a little soft depending on how hard your or depending on how cold your puff pastry sheets are. Mine were a little warmer, so they are kind of like flimsy, but it's okay because you're gonna pop them in the freezer after you get done for about 10 minutes to let them set a little bit, and then you're gonna pop them in the oven. You're gonna use a regular sheet pan. I'm gonna take butter and I'm going to apply it all over my sheet. And that is gonna make sure that the apple turnover doesn't stick to the pan, because that would suck. So about 3 gala apples makes roughly 8 apple turnovers. But like I said, you can do these either bigger or smaller. Just depends on your preference and the group of number you're feeding. So now I'm gonna get this egg wash and I'm going to just brush it over top. And this is going to help it be flaky. If you skip this step, they will not turn out good. Promise you. And you don't need a ton, just a little would do. Now I'm gonna pop these in the freezer for about 10-15 minutes. Now we wait. But then while we wait, I'll smoke. But yes, my next episode will be an actual meal that you can, you know, make your man eat your cuckoo for. I'm just playing. Yeah, but it'll be a really good dish. Really excited, so make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this video, and hit the notification bell so you can actually get notified when I upload that next video. Now that these are ready, we're gonna pop them in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. Leave them alone. You know what that means. Smoke break.
So what made you start this cooking series?
Well, I started it because I really have a passion for cooking. I do it every single day for my family, as you know. And I can cook really good. Like, anybody that eats my food will tell you, like, I can cook. It doesn't matter what dish it is. What's that word? Ethnicity? Is that what it's called?
Culture? Ethnicity?
Culture. It doesn't matter. I can cook it and it'll taste exactly like how it's supposed to. But better. And I wanted to share my talents as well as maybe help somebody out. Because who knows? Maybe you don't know how to cook. Or maybe somebody just didn't teach you and you want to learn, and that's why you have me. As you can hear, they are exploding. We're gonna let these sit for about 5 minutes. You're gonna start by putting one on a plate or a bowl. I decided a plate because I didn't want it to get smushed. And now you're just gonna add some ice cream. Obviously, if you have an ice cream scooper, it'll be a lot easier, but I don't have one. I'm gonna make do. Okay. Not that much. Lastly, we're gonna add a little bit of caramel drizzle. Like we went to culinary school. We did.
Yes, we did in school.
Yeah, I'm a dropout. Now we're about to taste this because that'll be the real test to see if it's actually good or not.
Oh, this is it right here?
Yeah.
That's the final product?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. It's actually pretty good. Well, that's how you make an apple turnover. Till next time. Stay tuned.